Hey, what is up everyone? Josh's Custom Builds here, back with another video. Today we have something really cool on the channel. We have the version 2 skeletonized frame from Unisoft here for review on my Capa build. Before we get into the frame, I do want to show you guys the packaging. It is very nice from Unisoft. They do give you a plastic kind of outer packaging with a foam barrier to protect your frame during shipping. If you can see on the packaging, it is $169.99 from retailers like Airsoft Extreme, and I believe there are some left on the unisoftofficial.com website. If you do decide to purchase it from unisoftofficial.com, go ahead and use my code JCB10, that is JCB10. It will probably be somewhere around here on the screen, and that will give you 10% off of your purchase. This frame does come in 6 anodized options, and those are your standard colors like red, black, gold, silver, and rainbow. There is a rainbow option in these standard anodized options. And then there are 6 two-tone options like this blue and silver one you see here. They also have things like purple and silver, green and silver, red and silver, black and silver, and a few others, which look really nice in my opinion, like the one you see here. They are made out of 7075 aluminum, so they should be pretty durable. That is what most of these frames are made out of, so this is held up pretty well. I have used it in a couple of games. There is some scratching on the silver finishing that they offer here. It is different than the blue anodizing. The blue anodizing is finished really well. I'm not sure if you guys can see here, but the blue anodizing on this Unisoft frame is finished very nicely. The silver part is finished a little bit differently. It is a little bit more brushed, but it is a bit more prone to scratching. I think it still looks nice, but it is more prone to scratching, so be wary of that. I'm not sure if you guys can really see on the camera here, but just know this will scratch when you're playing. The other color anodizing holds up really nice in my experience. So as far as the installation experience goes, I think it's relatively friendly. I would recommend using all stock Tokyo Marui internals in this frame. If you want to use LA Capa Customs internals, you do have to modify this side chassis here. The valve knocker disconnector, aka the firing pin, is a bit too thick to fit in here, so you do have to modify that to get it all working. And I would recommend also giving the LA Capa Customs valve knocker a polish if you want to use it in this frame. The reason I would say just to use all stock Tokyo Marui internals is because you don't have to do that, and you will save some extra money on those frame internals. Those are really just if you want to lighten up your trigger pull a little bit and you want to get that extra crispy reset. As far as the stock parts on the builds, on this frame, I don't think you need to modify them at all. I hadn't had to modify this frame at all to use stock parts. Like I said, it was just with that LA Capa Customs firing pin. So the only other thing that I really noticed with this frame is when you're installing the side chassis, you have to, let me take this slide off here to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. So you kind of have to put the frame down like this and apply pressure downward to the side chassis while you're screwing it in. If not, for whatever reason, it won't seat properly and this rear detent can fly out. As you can see, it's perfectly seated now, and my LA Capa Customs safeties work well. The detent is seated, but if you don't apply pressure to it, in my experience, that will happen. I have seen it on a few other of these Unisoft V2 frames. Some people sent them in to me saying they weren't working, but that was really the only thing that they needed to do, was apply pressure down to that side chassis to make it work. While I have this off, I can show you my setup. My setup internally is an LA Capa Customs valve knocker. I did modify this, so I do have the valve knocker disconnector in there. I also have the LA Capa Customs valve knocker itself, a stock TM inner chassis. These inner chassis, I'd recommend only using stock TM. The cow ones don't work in this Unisoft frame, so only use stock TM inner chassis. They do not come with an inner chassis like the LA Capa Customs frame, so they are cheaper, but they do not come with this inner chassis at all. I'm also running an LA Capa Customs lightning disconnector, an LA Capa Customs hive hammer, and a stock Tokyo Marui sear in here. I really do like the stock Tokyo Marui sear. I don't think there's really any reason to change it unless you want to change it to the 9-ball new Neo sear. As far as the fitment of this frame on slide, I do have an LA Capa Custom slide, Airsoft Masterpiece slide, and stock slide. The fitment, it fit all of them with relatively little fitment. The rails on this frame do almost entirely mimic that of a stock TM frame, so it will fit most of all of your slides. The only thing that I did realize with this Airsoft Masterpiece slide, and I also noticed it on an LA Capa Custom slide that I have, is there is some wobble, as you can see right here. If I can get my camera to focus, there is some wobble on this slide. It still functions really, really nice, but there is some wobble, and I wouldn't say fitment issues, but this is both with my Airsoft Masterpiece slide and LA Capa Custom slide, so it doesn't fit as nice as I'd like it to, but the pistol still functions well, so you can't ask for anything more than that. I do want to show you really quickly my other build here that has the LA Capa Customs version 2 frame on it. There is a lot less of a gap here and less wobble. There's no wobble at all, actually, with the LA Capa Customs slide and LA Capa Customs version 2 frame. This frame itself uses a little bit of a different rail system. It uses a more advanced frame style rail system than the Unisoft frame does. I don't think either is better than the other, to be honest with you guys. I just wanted to show the difference and just show that there is a little bit of wobble on this Unisoft frame. As far as HopUp unit fitment, this fit every single HopUp unit that I threw at it: stock, Next Speed, LA Capa Customs, TTI, Airsoft Masterpiece, and Maple Leaf. This LA Capa Customs frame here did not fit a Next Speed HopUp unit and was a little tight with the AM, but this Unisoft frame fit really, really nice. Side note, I do want to say that this Unisoft frame was one of the first with this cutout kind of design and inspired these cutouts that you see on Dr. Black and LA Capa Customs frames. So I think it looks really nice, and I want to give Unisoft their props for kind of pioneering that design. I do like that they included the 2011 kind of STI style engravings on their frame as well. I think it looks really clean and really great. So with all that being said, my overall experience with this frame, I think it's a great frame. I think there's way too much hate on this frame. I know Unisoft is constantly trying to improve it, which they did with their V2, and I've been talking with one of their owners, and I believe the V3 is coming out at some point this year. They said they were going to send me a sample to test out, so if they do end up doing that, I will have a video for you guys as soon as I get it. So I'm really, really excited to see what they have in store during this new year. It is a lot better than the V1 frame that they had. I used to have a V1 of my own, and I fit a lot for a bunch of different clients, and those were very hard to fit. I found a modification to get them to work, but these do not need anywhere near as many modifications, and if you have any problems, Unisoft offers a money-back guarantee. As far as my favorite frame, it still has to be this LA Capa Customs version 2. I have not tried a Dr. Black frame yet. That's really the only frame I haven't tried, but this is a very close second. This Unisoft frame, excuse me. I like it better than Edge frames. I like it better than Airsoft Masterpiece frames, and that's the V2, not the V1. So if you have some tech know-how, I would highly, highly recommend buying this frame. It is about $50 cheaper than the LA Capa Customs frame. Like I said, I still do like the LA Capa Customs frame a little bit better than the Unisoft V2, but it is a close second for me. And I do recommend it if you have some tech know-how and you want to lighten up your hicapa, because it does only weigh 75 grams and make your build look a whole lot better. So with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me when you watch my content. I really would appreciate it if you liked, commented, and subscribed on this video, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for watching. Peace out.